Hello, everybody. This is James from Prague, and welcome to SoulCARE. It is Thursday, March the 18th. Aren't you happy I remembered that? I made an effort to remember what day it is, but I don't even look at my phone or a calendar. I just keep it in my head, which is a lot in my head. But welcome to SoulCARE. This week, of course, I'm discussing the most popular courses in my school, the JVP School of Mystical Arts, and highlighting a few of the courses and the ones that people have really benefited from, and they want to know more about them. So I picked several, and today we're going to talk about tools for the highly sensitive person. And I'm picking these courses to share with you because these are the ones that are very popular and most people ask about. So today in particular, it's an important, really important course that I created. It was one of the first ones because I had so many people asking me about themselves being an empath and a sensitive, and how do I deal with the energy of other people. And I walk into a room and I feel the energy of someone, or I'm working with a client and I take on their energy, or sometimes I feel so depressed, or I feel like anxiety ridden, or I can't sleep, I have insomnia. What's going on? And many of the times it's someone else's energy, not your energy, but you being the sensitive, the sponge, you pick it up. So that's why I developed the tools for the highly sensitive person. And it's an excellent course. I'm going to go over it with you today. Okay. So, and of course, I'm doing my Shamrock Sale for St. Patrick's Day. So feel free. It's the end of this week, and that's the end of the sale. 25% off any course you'd like. And of course, the code is Lucky25, which you put in at the checkout. Okay. I wrote some notes for myself, so remember it and tell you everything. For those who've not been here the past couple of days, just so I'll reiterate here, and we'll go to my comments too and see all you guys saying hello and hello back. Jen Chicago, hey Jen, how are you, baby? I haven't seen you in a long time. Brenda, Darlene, nice to see you. Anjal Sharma, nice to see you from Toronto, very nice. Joan Wilson, very good. I'm doing very well, thank you. I was out gardening, of course. It just can be pulled away. It's so interesting. It's just, I want to play. I'm actually designing a garden for the front of my house, and I'm doing 3 different types of plant material, and they all have to be companions with each other. Same water, same sun or shade. So it's interesting to have to find the materials that work with each other. So I'm working on that, and I'm having a good time. But I'd love to want to share this with you because I love to share this, especially this course about the highly sensitive, because so many people ask about it. So I'm going to describe it a little bit today. I think it's good for everybody. I mean, everybody in this world, because you know, when you talk to somebody on the phone, you're picking up their energy. When you meet somebody, you're picking up their energy. When I'm speaking to you now, I'm picking up a lot of your energy. Even though I'm not directly talking, you're thinking of me, and you're sending that sends energy my way. So at the end of every day, I will cleanse myself, and I do that. There are different techniques that I do. Sometimes I'll take a shower at night and do that, or I'll just do a waterfall technique where I just let go of the energy. And there's different ways and methods, and I put that into the course. So. This is a course designed for sensitive people, for empaths, learning how to take on other people's energy, and really how to differentiate between your own energy space, your own auric space, or what your energy feels like as you expand, what that feels like, and really have a good grasp on who you are and controlling that energy and knowing yourself. Of course, once you know your energy, you know yourself better. And that's all it's about, is knowing who you are, right? So once you work with these exercises and you become aware of your own energy field, of what the energy is within you and around you, and running your energy also, I talk a lot about cleaning the chakra points out, running the energy, then you'll begin to be aware when someone else's energy comes into your space. And sometimes I call it toxic energy, because you meet toxic people. And it's like, I see them now when I go to a restaurant or something, and I see toxic people, and it's like, ooh, I get away from them, because it's like a cloud, and I'm aware of it like a cloud of energy. And it's really interesting because the products of it, I see are fear, indecision, not being sure of yourself. And so it's really interesting, because lately, being a Virgo, I like to analyze things. And as I see these energies of people who I'd say were toxic, it's a lot of fear-based stuff going on there. And there's a lot of stuff. It's interesting to see what each person has around them. But I make sure that I don't pick up on that energy. So that's what this course is about. And I'm going to give you some ideas. If you are taking on someone else's energy, see if this applies to you. Okay? Okay. I'm going to ask you these questions. Do any of these problems sound familiar to you? You get overwhelmed, stressed easily, or sad easily. Like you're feeling overwhelmed, you can't take it. Do you take other people's feelings and problems as if their own? Are you someone that wants to help every single person that there is, right? Because that's the right thing to do. You can't do that at your own expense. Okay. Do you feel stuck and doubt your abilities to succeed? You feel weighed down and hopeless when you watch the news or spend time with other people or worry about the world's activities all the time and feel depressed by that. You seem to be a magnet for people who want to take, and drain your energy. Are you around people that are psychic vampires? They pull your energy. Like sometimes you go to family meetings and or friends, you go to dinner with friends or something, and then you feel so tired, so drained. Well, we call them psychic vampires. They're people that are pulling your energy. Not that they're consciously doing it, but it's like that light. They pull that light, that energy. So it's really true. Oh, don't talk so fast. Okay, Yvette, I'm sorry. I will slow down. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. I can't help it. Okay. Brenda did my course a couple of years ago in Dublin. It was a fab week. Yeah. Oh, when I was there with you, Brenda. Yes, in person. Okay. So Rhonda, your daughter passed this morning. I'm very sorry. Rhonda, go on my website, vanprog.com, and connect to the medium there because I don't do private readings. But that's be the best place for you. And also, by the way, call Kelly White if you could, but other mediums here are good. It's kind of early right now because she's just finding herself. So she's not in pain. Just know that she's not in pain. She's not suffering. So just know that right away. And my thoughts are with you. Okay. That's a good. Debbie Zola, you have spirits that leave energy in you. Not necessarily, sweetheart. They don't need to. No, I don't get that from, and I don't get that necessarily with the spirit people. I will feel when I'm doing a reading or a message. I do feel sometimes, of course, how emotional they are, how sad they might be, how happy they are. But when I close that connection, it's gone. I don't feel anything. When it's over, it's over. I close the door and don't feel anything. And you shouldn't doing it properly. A couple of things. Do you feel like you're a magnet for people that want everyone comes with their problems? When you don't know how to balance your sensitivity, life can be incredibly difficult. But with the right tools, you can turn your sensitivity into a priceless asset and protect yourself in the process. And that's why I created this course. So let's just go over the course just a little bit for you because I have more in-depth detail about the course from the page itself, from the JVP School of Mystical Arts. Renee has, there's the link right there. Renee has worked it out, so we're going to be able to see the actual course details, and I'll talk to you about them. So thanks, Renee. So here we are. Tools for the highly sensitive, me with a mustache. This is before COVID. So release negative energy that's weighing you down. That could be fear. That could be fear of your own or fear of someone else's. And again, it goes back to your own life. And so there you go. You get overwhelmed, is what it's just mentioning to you. And you feel out of balance sometimes. You're oversensitive. And life can seem very, very difficult, and it shouldn't feel difficult. If you're properly balanced and centered, it shouldn't feel difficult. You can, again, feel stuck to succeed, okay? And sometimes you may have difficulty speaking out because you're so overwhelmed. You should not be overwhelmed. You should be in control of that sensitivity, okay? So here we go. So here's a peek in the course, okay? Here we go. So you deepen your understanding of what it means to be a highly sensitive person. So what does that mean? People talk about HSPs and empaths and sensitives. What's the difference? What does that actually mean? So I go into detail about what the definition is. And unlock your unique identity as a sensitive. And you own your sensitivity. You embrace your sensitivity. You're not enslaved by your sensitivity. So that's very, very important. Learn to access your space, which is crucial to knowledge where you begin and others end. Exactly. So you're going to assess where your auric field goes to, opens up, and you're also going to see when someone comes in a room, where their energy comes there. And you'll be able to tell in a very subtle way where your energy ends and that envelope ends and theirs begins. And you'll become much more aware of it. You become much more sensitized to it. So it's really, really important, I think. It's also before you go to, let's say, this is just an example. If there's a meeting you have at a certain place in a certain room, and you know what the room is, or maybe you don't, maybe it's an office building or something, you can assess energy. You can actually go there with your mind to that space and see what energy is there. Feel what energy is in that room. What energies are you dealing with? I did that when I was on the Howard Stern show. and because I was Howard Stern, and I went there and I cleared away a lot of energy that was in that room, a lot of toxic or negative energy, which I didn't want to walk into, and actually turned out to be a really great show. So it helps that way. Okay. So really be honoring your sensitivity, right? Working with your sensitive energy, and it's really about the energy shifts, and you'll be able to understand. For instance, when you have a positive thought, a loving thought, you'll become aware of the subtle changes in your energy field. You may become aware of the light suddenly change, the color might change. You might feel in a loving thought the expansion of your energy. So those are things that you'll become more aware of. You'll also become more aware of any negative thoughts or fearful thoughts, how it brings the energy in closer to you. It constricts. So remember, fear constricts and love expands. And life is about movement. Like energy is moving through us all the time. So if you're going to restrict that energy from moving because of fear for something, whatever it might be, an emotional situation, you're thinking too much, you block the energy and it gets kind of stuck. And that should never happen, because we are moving all the time. Life is moving, the planet's moving, our energy should be moving, we shouldn't be stuck. So this will help you to get unstuck and realize when you're getting stuck, and look at that and what the reason why. So it'll help you with that. Release any foreign energy that is weighing you down, because we pick up so much of other people's stuff. At the end of every day, you should look back at your day and see where you left your energy, who you spoke to, on the phone, on the computer, in person, because people leave their energy and you leave your energy just by speaking. So I always, at the end of the day, I will, and I talk about this also, I go through this exercise where I'm sleep before I go to bed. I look at my whole day, review it, and I take back all the energy that I left. So I'll see a person's face and I'll bring back the intention of bringing back that energy. And it's almost like stardust. And to the top of my head, I'll become aware of the energy coming back to the top of my head. And you feel like the stardust coming through you. And you feel more empowered because you're getting more of your energy back. See, you're not depleting yourself for people, you're getting it back. So you'll feel more empowered. It works. It really does work. I also talk about a lot of this with everybody, but the grounding exercises, different techniques to stay grounded. A highly sensitive person tends to go off, really go out of the body, which is what it is, because you're leaving your body, not even being aware of it, but you just leave. Highly sensitive people have a hard time finding themselves to be stable on this ground, to be of this earth sometimes. So they need to learn how to ground themselves properly. So when you're going off, you'll stay centered and grounded. You do no good if you're not in the body. You have to experience things in this human body. So if you learn how to be grounded and stay in the body and not pop out and be more centered, a lot more progression can happen in your life. It's more centered, more detailed, more aware of what's going on with you, being part of living in the moment. So it all helps with these techniques I teach about this particular grounding. And there's a lot more. Okay. Healing on the deepest level, which you see lesson 3. I talk about chakra balancing. So chakra is the energy points of the body, and different techniques about how to bring balance to them, how to make sure that they're integrated properly. There are some people that have, what you've heard the term, wear your heart in your sleeve, which to me means your emotional centers are open up. Your second, third, and fourth chakra, those are the emotional centers. Second, third, and fourth. There's real strong emotional centers. And I go through, I define the level of emotion from the second to the third to the fourth. And really you want to make sure that they're proper balance, because you don't want to be wearing your heart in your sleeve. You want to be, everything is to be integrated and balanced properly. So I go through that, and I talk about cleansing the chakra points, different techniques of cleansing with them. And I have you become familiar with that. And you'll see if you're a physical reactor, because all of us are reactors. So some people are physical reactors, which is that when someone says something or they receive information, they move. There's a movement made. There's emotional reactors, which is emotional, feeling everything. Mental reactions, to think about things. I got to get this problem, I got to problem solve. So we're all different types of reactors. And when I say reactors, it means that energy is coming in and going out. And if you think of yourself like a radio, you can see what dial you're tuned into. Are you a mental reactor, physical reactor, emotional reactor, or spiritual reactor too? Yes, you can have a combination of all of them, but one is usually predominant. And it'd be really good to integrate all of that, okay? Okay, let's go on to and how to protect yourself. So wait, we talk about protection a lot. Now, I don't like the word protection as much because when you say the word protection, people have a weird sense that, oh God, there's something evil or negative about there. Not necessarily. So when I say protection, I'm saying be aware, be mindful of the space, be mindful of the energy around you, be mindful of someone else, and how to prepare yourself if you're going to a space where there'll be people that drain you, where you're going to a situation where there's a lot of negative energy. I've spoken about this before when I was doing Ghost Whisper at Universal Studios, and I'd pull by the side of the 101 freeway before I'd get to the gates, and I would do a whole ceremony, a ritual, if you will, to protect, to become aware, to make sure that I was completely, I will say protected, I will say completely aware of my space. And what I did in that one, this is only one of many exercises I teach, was I used a mirror and I put myself in the mirror. And remember, it's all intention. So I imagine myself in a mirror, but I'm on the inside of the mirror. So the reflection is out. So it's all behind 360 degrees. So any energies that come toward me bounce back. They bounce back. So that works really well. So I go a bunch of those techniques. Okay, there we go. And lesson 4. Yes. So many people that listen for that you can feel confident as a highly sensitive person. So many people have told me over these years that they feel they're enslaved to their sensitivity. They don't own it. And there's no reason why you have to be like that. There's no reason you should be like that. You can really learn to accept the sensitivity. The first step to really, I say power is wisdom, really. So being aware of what energy is, sensitivity is, how you can use your sensitivity in positive ways, how to be in control of your sensitivity, right? That's really important. And or also learn how to really speak your truth, be confident in who you are. And really, because you have to remember, we are all sent down here to speak our truth, no matter who we are. And by speaking your truth, you might help another person. You might teach another person. I mean, that's what you're here for. Everyone that comes onto the site are light workers, I feel. And it's your information that you have that a person might need to hear. And they can hear it from the same thing from 10 other people, but not hear it. But they might need to hear it from you, and they'll actually hear it. So that happens all the time. So it's learning about speak your truth and be confident in who you are. So it helps generally in your life. Okay. Okay. And also, don't be afraid of getting what you want. You're a child of the universe, and you are to receive anything you want in life. God says yes. The ego says no. So I do a whole bunch of exercises about learning confidence and receiving what is yours. You're a magnet for anything you want in life, and do so with confidence and a sense of entitlement that you deserve it. Okay. Great. I also talk about lesson 5, creating happy relationships that nurture your soul. And I go into letting go of toxic relationships. Why do we hold on to these toxic relationships? What are they teaching us? Is it time to let them go? Why do we repeat the same old patterns? We don't need to repeat the same old patterns. And what relationships are weighing us down, holding us back from being ourselves? A lot of people, and we all have toxic people in our life. I've done a great job during COVID saying bye-bye. I did a reassessment of my life, and I've let go of 3 or 4 people in this time that were not supporting me, that we're not in the same level. I've said many times, a soul comes into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. But you have to have that power, that strength, the faith, the courage, and the wisdom to say, bye-bye, no more. I'm setting my boundaries, and you're not supporting me and who I am, and I don't need you anymore. Because we should be supporting each other in relationships. It shouldn't be one-sided. It's true of partnerships too, my friends. It's true of partnerships. I just went through a divorce a year ago after 23 years, so I know about what this is about. We all are changing. Remember, everything's moving, moving, moving. And there comes a point in life sometimes where you're with someone, a partner or married partner, and you realize that, you know what, I'm seeing things differently now. I'm different than it was 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And I believe that I don't believe many partnerships are unconditional love. I don't. I believe that there are people come together to give. They will give. They will meet the needs of somebody else. So they need to meet. Partners come together. They meet certain needs of each other, and they say they're in love, right? They meet these certain needs, and then those needs will change. You see, certain needs will change as we evolve, and then the partner can't meet those needs. Now, if you love somebody unconditionally, there doesn't have to be needs. You just love them for who they are. So it's rare to find, I think, unconditional love in partnerships. Just throwing that in there. So I go into detail about that too. Let go of any need to please others. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. A lot of us have that. And yeah, and how to recognize someone's draining your energy. So yes, anything. I think we have one. Yeah, lesson 6 we have there, Renee. Uh, my dog is having a dream. Yes. Yes, you can love more and make money. It's very, very true. Thriving at work. As I just said earlier, when you're in a space of receptivity, that you're owning your space, that you can use that, because we're all magnets, and there is no reason that you cannot have what you want, because it's a law of attraction. It's really what you've heard about law of attraction with Esther Hicks and with many, many people, Wayne Dyer, Anthony Robbins. It's true. It's a concept for everyone. We just say it differently. It's the same thing. I say you're a magnet, and you can have anything you want as long as you deserve it. You feel it, you deserve it, you can have it. So what gets in the way of holding you back from receiving? So we go into that. And there are ways you can, I go through different steps. You learn to thrive at work, your workplace, thrive in relationships, let go of your ideas, your limitations about money and wealth. Money is just an energy. It's how you use it. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive or how much money you have. It doesn't. It's what you do with it that matters. That's really what it's about. So I go through a whole thing about your relationship with money, success, money, happiness. Some people think if you're a lot of money, you're happy. Not at all. I have many, many clients with lots of money, billionaires, millionaires, and most of them are not happy. Most of them are not happy. They thought they would be, but they're not, because that's an outside material thing. You got to be within yourself. Your soul has to have that balance, that peace, the happiness before you can find happiness in other things, right? So there are certain things to get clear in your passion and purpose. Very much so. Who are you? So it's really a course that really is a lot about life. Okay, and that's really it. So, and then creative life by being your best sensitive self. Again, shifting the way of thinking, your perspective, and how you can receive. So those are the points, and there's so much more, obviously, but I want to go through. Thank you, Renee, for showing that. And so that's what it's about. So please, if it feels right to you, sign up for that. And the code is lucky25. And tools for highly sensitive, there it is right there. Okay. And there we are. So if you have questions about the course itself, if I haven't covered anything, please feel free to ask me questions about the course. I'd love to answer them. Just questions about the course would be good so people can learn more if I haven't covered something. Okay. Patricia's the same thing. Yes, Debbie, I teach you how to cut cords. Yes, that goes along with letting go of other people's energy, recognize the energy, and how to let go, how to cut the cords. I have different ways of cutting cords. I have a vacuum thing I use. It's really cool. This vacuum thing that I've been doing for 20 years, people love the vacuum. So there are different techniques that I use that work really well and instantly. Yep. How to clear your mind also of other people's energy. And again, recognize what's your thoughts and what other people's thoughts are. Life changes when you get rid of negative people. So true, Anne-Marie. God bless. Ding, ding, ding. Very true, Anne-Marie. There's the link there under my name. Yeah, money is a frosty cake because people have so much emphasis on money. It's just so weird. And it's so Western. I think it's a real Western technique. Thank you, Michelle. Love your blessed soul. Do you talk about twin flames and soulmates? I don't talk about them in that course. You'd find that more in the guides course. I talk about that, but not in this course. This is just the sensitivity, the highly sensitive. But I do talk about that in the guides course I have. That's right, Anne-Marie. You're carrying people's energy and don't even know it. So one of the exercises in the course I have, it's so funny. It's like a moving truck, and you visualize a moving truck, and you start moving. It's funny. You take a truck and you go out this field, and there's a hot air balloon, and they have you unpack other people's energy, things you've been carrying around in your life that are not supporting you, that are holding you back, and pulling out of the truck. And on there is the label of what it is, and you put it on the basket of the hot air balloon. A trip when you let yourself see what you're holding on to. When there's no judgment, it's just you see what you're holding on to, and you allow yourself. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm telling you, people. And then we cut the hot air balloon when it's lifted up and all packed in. We have a ceremony. We cut those the ropes from the hot air balloon that goes off, and it's a prayer work. I do an intention. People have felt lives change at that moment. It really is. It's cool. It's so cool. And a lot of people have said, people have asked me, what's different about me? You look so different. Because I'm more relaxed, stress less. Okay. I could make a great Kris Kringle. I know. It's either that or, I don't know, someone else I was thinking of. Yeah, I look old. I don't know if I like the beard or not. But it's COVID. So when COVID's over, I would cut my beard off. That's my thing. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds magical. Thank you. Okay, so on there. I don't know who they are. Marketing calls. Don't you love them? Colleen, I've noticed when I did healing circles or even did private healing sessions, I would be so exhausted. That's because you're not, okay, there you go, right there. So you're sensitive, you're picking up someone else's condition, and you have to learn how to let go of it and run your energy after that. Let go of that energy that you're holding on to. So there's different techniques of running your energy. I was a massage therapist for 7 years, and it was before I got into metaphysics. And I was always, it was just a natural thing for me. And I was able to, and I was a really good therapist. I really was. And because I love the body, a double earth sign. And I could see where the energy was. I was able to see where the energy was blocked, and I'd go right there. And people say, how did you know where it hurt? Oh my God, how'd you? I said, well, it's blocked here. I didn't tell them I could see it, but I knew it. So that's what you become more aware of that as well. Okay. Oh, thanks, Emery. Thank you. Thanks, sweetheart. You know, my job is to open people up, to wake people up. And whatever way that is, and whatever way we can get into it to wake them up, we do it. So certain courses speak to some people and they don't talk to other people, and vice versa. And that's why I created a school. And that's why I'm excited about this, Shamrock Sale, because a lot of people say, oh, I can't afford this, which they're not expensive, but it's a discount. So that's what I wanted to do. And then my birthday discount will be another one. Hello, North Yorkshire. How are you there, Emma Tubbs? I'm working with someone from Manchester. Lisa Lone, I'm working so hard on my emotions from others' judgment of me. Lisa, perfect. Sign up. It's perfect for you, honey. It's perfect. It's an opportunity. I don't believe there are accidents. I believe we're here when we're meant to see something. What is that? The teacher appears and the student's ready. No doubt about it. Thank you, Justin. Oh, yes, I agree. There's a lot of wisdom. There is. And again, I channel a lot of this. I mean, it comes through me. I mentioned this yesterday with the other course and I mentioned last week with the astrology course I did, and it was like, I thought I was going to do four different lessons, and it was like 20 lessons because it kept on coming through more and more stuff about the moon cycles and about the different signs. And so, yes, same thing with this. It just kept coming in. Thanks, Deborah. Oh, good. You're the life coach. Very good, Colleen. You're doing the spiritual life coach course. Very good. Good, Linda. When chemotherapy cleared your mind, someone I know do chemo also want to give meditations to do. So meditations, green light is healing. So bring that into your body and anything toxic out of your fingertips and toes. Okay. Marty, I think I'm suffering PTSD. Well, you don't need to suffer anymore. So let's get rid of that. Don't need it, right? We don't want to have that. We don't have to identify as I'm suffering. Don't need to. Don't need to, darling. Bad memories. Well, Marta, you need to change your mind now. You need to start changing your mind. Bad memories, well, don't get caught up in those bad memories. They were something then, not anymore. Each day is different. So what did they teach you, those memories? I wouldn't judge them. They were just situations that you went through, lessons you had to learn. But don't let them, ruin your life, for God's sake. Don't let them do that. They should not. They should just be lessons and experiences. And you got to separate yourself from those, right? Because we're all meant, the universe conspires for our highest good, and we're loving souls are love. So it's those human emotional things, these interactions, these lessons, these traumas that sometimes hold us back, traumatic experiences. And we can go through those traumatic experiences, revisit them, and heal from those traumatic experiences. But you have to work at that for sure. Hello, Karma. Hello, James. Healing is free. Let's do it. Let's go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, I'm reading from, hold on. Hello, James. Positivity. Again, the course is for that. Janelle Thompson, have you ever experienced quantum healing left? I have, and certainly have. I certainly have, very much so. I did. Yes, I had a problem with, I'm not going to details, but I had a digestive situation, and I was in the hospital, and I lost 5 pints of blood, and it was healed. Amazingly, one day the doctor said, what happened? And also when I was in Brazil, I went to not John of God, it was beyond John of God. It was a physical healer. physical medium, I should say, healer, at the it was outside of Rio, and it was called the Fray Luis Center, where they have 200 mediums. And the medium actually did a healing. And what they do is they take any of the negative charges in the body and they bring them out to the surface. They bring them through to the physical. So it's in the etheric, it's in the thought form, right? So thoughts of negativity, if you will, or dis-ease or imbalance, and they'll bring it through to the physical, and it comes out as blood splatter. And it's brought out that way. I've had that happen many times, and it's pretty amazing. Incredible stuff happening. Yeah, I've had incredible stuff in Brazil happen. Where John of God was, great for what he did. He's nothing compared to what they have down there. What I experienced down there. We went to him when he was just beginning. So okay, it's pretty powerful. I love the chakra healing meditation yesterday. It was good, wasn't it? It's good, Christine. That's a great one. I do that in this course as well, the chakra one. Okay, you guys. Lynn was asking, hi, James, can these courses be used just for yourself, or do you have to practice on others to receive the certification? No, just on yourself. But you can practice on others and tell them that you're doing a certification course and you'd like to practice with them. No reason why you can't do that. So I'd first get a handle on it with yourself of what to do. And I would start practicing on other people, ask your friends. I mean, who doesn't want a healing? And who doesn't want to, learn about sensitivity? So, yeah. So this particular course, a highly sensitive course, is really for you. But yeah, I mean, so I'd say it's really for you. But the healing course, of course, is different. But the highly sensitive one is really about you. Okay. And you can't really teach, you could teach other people, but I would say I wouldn't do that, only because this course is so in depth and there are ways that I present it that I wouldn't want that to go taken out of context. I really like the whole, because in this type of highly sensitive course here, it should be in the context that it's presented. So if we start sharing that with other people, it's tough. Different than like a meditation or chakra balance. Yes, you can do that, of course. But that inner stuff is reserved for you, and everybody has their own experiences. So, yeah. Okay. There's a link right there under my name. Hi, Debbie. I don't know, Lisa. I know I haven't seen anything right now. So, sorry. What advanced courses would I recommend for you? I don't recommend any. You have to go into your. Oh, hi, Leah. Good to see you again, sweetheart. I would go back in and see what feels right to you. The Psychic Portals course, the Psychic Certification, probably a good place to start. Again, you may be advanced to that, you might feel, but it's good grounding. But this one, the highly sensitive one, I highly recommend, sweetheart. I would highly recommend this to them. It's my top 3 courses I love. Yeah. All right, kids. Well, I hope you will sign up right now for the course, please. If I'm not begging you, but it's an opportunity. And remember, it's Lucky 25 at the code is Lucky 25 at checkout. And I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you then. God bless.